Refined, the stars of General Hospital share their wackiest storylines.
I didn't cut it out of her. It wasn't violent like that. It came out and I took it.
Plus, from a Thursday night smash hit to the Seattle stage.
I have no idea if there's going to be a wedding in my future.
The star of How to Get Away with Murder dishes on his character's big cliffhanger and more. Then,
there is always something that you're going to find there that you're not going to find anywhere else.
the nation's oldest street fair gets ready to celebrate the weird and wonderful that is the U District.
I'm Michelle Stafford. I play Nina on General Hospital. Seattle Refined starts now.
Hey everybody, welcome to Seattle Refined. I'm Gert Swanson, coming to you today from the Pacific Science Center. You know, it's a monster musical that's blowing away audiences right here in Seattle. We're talking about the popular Paparetta, Here Lies Love. But the show also has people saying, how do I know that guy?
Marry me. I mean it. Marry me.
On ABC's hit show How to Get Away with Murder, Conrad Ricamorra's character left audiences with a cliffhanger at the end of season 3. And while fans try to wait for season 4, they can get their Conrad fix right now at the Seattle Rep. Here Lies Love chronicles the rise and fall of the First Lady of the Philippines, Imelda Marcos, and it's all set in a disco.
And it totally executes this idea that David Byrne had when he thought about this show in the first place. He looked at Imelda Marcos, and she had this disco ball installed into her apartment in New York, and he was like, wow, what would happen if you were to put her story into a disco, and how would that lay out, and how would that happen? And you know, years later, here we are.
Yeah, and I think it's really cool because it's about this powerful person in history, and especially right now, examining what it's like to be in the world and the position of a powerful person who may live in a bubble, cut off from maybe very relevant right now.
For both stars, it's something they've never experienced before.
To be able to have a narrative of a story where you're part of it the entire time and it moves, it's so thrilling for everyone involved, not just the cast members, but also the audience.
Yeah, I've never been a part of something where you directly feel the audience's energy as a performer, and it affects your performance, and every audience has their own personality when you get into the space.
For Conrad Ricamorra, it's completely different than the work he does on ABC's How to Get Away with Murder.
Whatever happened to you being totally against me doing any illegal hacking?
Vocally is the biggest difference. Energy-wise, like we have to reach all the way to that back row, even when we're standing back here. And that's, you know, on TV and film, there's a mic literally right here, and a mic usually above that picks up everything. And then coming back to theater, it was like, oh wow, I need to do a lot more. I need to like make this energy go out and send it out to a bigger space.
But it won't be long before Conrad returns to the Thursday smash hit. He's now a series regular, alongside Academy Award winner Viola Davis.
He emailed this article to someone about 3 weeks before your mother got sick.
And to work with Viola and like all the rest of the cast, they're so amazing. Like, it's just really such a great like learning experience. I get a lot of letters about playing an Asian, well, I am an Asian man, so I can't play really, but like from other Asian men who are just really thankful that to be seen as a whole human being and not a caricature, because we're not able to see ourselves a lot of times on screen or on stage in really well-rounded parts.
So, will there be wedding bells when the show returns to TGIT this fall?
I have no idea if there's going to be a wedding in my future for next season. Yeah, it's they don't tell us ahead of time because they like to keep it open to feel like they can change the story if they feel like they want to make it go in a different direction.
Stop that girl!
And the stuff with Laurel's dad, like setting up the murder. Yeah, it's just, I mean, I think we're gonna learn a lot about Laurel's past, and I don't know about this wedding.
Here Lies Love has become so popular, the Seattle Rep extended show dates through June 18th. For more information, head to SeattleRefined.com.
You only have a few more weeks to check out a drop-dead funny musical.
Murder for Two is playing right now at Seattle's ACT Theater. It's truly a one-of-a-kind show. A dynamic piano duo delivers a whirlwind show of whodunit, blending killer comedy with murder mystery. Again, the show is at the ACT Theater and runs through June 11th.
From musicals to movies, Seattle film buffs wait all year for this moment. Tonight, the Seattle International Film Festival kicks off with a movie that everyone is talking about.
I have to tell you something, babe. I've been dating this girl. She's white.
A white girl? Okay, you can't look like you and nail white girl.
It's okay. We hate terrorists.
The Big Sick plays at McCall Hall tonight. The emotional comedy, produced by Judd Apatow, stars Holly Hunter and Ray Romano. It's just one of 400 films playing at SIFF over the next 25 days. As Refined recently found out, it's not easy putting on the country's largest film festival. The Seattle International Film Festival is big. How big?
We have over 400 films, and then also in terms of numbers of days. 25 days is actually ridiculous for the length of a festival. I mean, I think you could cut that in half and we'd still be the largest festival in the U.S. We have over 150,000 audience members who attend the festival over the 25 days.
And it's not just audiences the people at SIFF have to worry about. What about the filmmakers coming to the festival from all over the world?
So there's 80 different countries that are represented in the films here, and so we have guests from all over the world. So our entire guest relations team is there, booking flights, figuring out who's picking who up from the airport. When we can't do that, we're figuring out how to Skype people in. So we have Skypes almost every day for filmmakers who are unable to travel but still want to be part of the conversation.
And of course, there are the films. And the SIFF staff scours the globe to find the best films to bring to the festival.
We're tracking films year-round. We're tracking films at other festivals. Our programmers are talking to filmmakers that they know, distributors that they know about what might be coming up for the next year, the whole year. But we really start talking about it in December, when we've got the majority of our submissions in through the door. And we're looking at films, and we're trying to pare down the nearly 4,000 submissions into our 400 films that we present at SIFF.
Once those films are chosen, the team has to build a schedule, which is not as easy as it might sound.
So this is the dream board. This is the slotting grid where Beth and her team, scratch out what the festival is going to look like. I always think it's like the world's greatest Sudoku puzzle, that things work in some slots and not others, and that when you remove one element, all of a sudden you have to shift the entire thing. So they spend probably 3 weeks in here making this work. We are in 14 theaters with up to 11 screenings happening simultaneously at a time. So it takes an army to make sure that all of those are going well.
In the end, the Seattle International Film Festival is all about bringing the best films from around the world to the incredible Seattle audience.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's no other audience like this. We're known for an audience that's willing to take risks, interested in diverse content, and really willing to be present in the theaters. So that's kind of what I think the magic of SIFF is a little bit.
SIFF runs through June 11th. For a complete movie lineup, head to our website and search SIFF. Seattle Refined is just getting started. If you love to people watch, have we got a spot for you?
Come check out all the weird stuff, and believe me, there's weird stuff.
We'll tell you where the Northwest's most fascinating folks will be this weekend. But first, brutal honesty from the set of General Hospital.
Daytime, there is no time to fudge around.
The stars of daytime's most celebrated soap get real about what it takes to succeed in Port Charles.
Welcome back to Refined. I'm Gart Swanson. Refined's General Hospital Week is really starting to sizzle.
All week, we are giving you full behind-the-scenes access to the iconic soap. Producers even surprised me with a cameo on the Red Hot show.
Hey, Nina, it was great seeing you. Give my best to your family.
Oh, yeah, I will. I'll do that. Good to see you, Gerard.
After coming down from that high, it was time to talk to the pros. The all-star cast shared their secrets about life on GH.
Dude, you can't give away storylines on television, okay? Shh.
Is another injection really necessary?
Let's be honest, the best part about General Hospital are the bizarre plots.
The craziest storyline is when I wanted a woman's child. I felt like I was owed her child, and I gave her drugs to put her into labor, and then I took her child out of her womb.
Michael? He's awake, he's talking.
From comas to coming back from the dead a few times, General Hospital has wowed daytime audiences with wild storylines for more than 50 years. And no one knows that better than Jacqueline Zeman, a.k.a. Bobby Spencer.
Really important phone call, so I think I'm just going to wait around.
Do you have a favorite moment? Storyline?
People have told me we did BJ's Heart storyline some years ago, which I think has stayed with people over the years for a very long time. So that's way up there as far as being something important that was emotional and sentimental for the audience.
I want Maxie to have BJ's heart. Oh no.
Just tell me about learning lines real quick.
So we have really good short-term memory. Like, you know, like if you asked me to get out of my car, like later tonight at 8 o'clock and do the scenes again, I'd have to learn them again.
Yeah, I know you've been on the show a long time, but how exciting is it? And does it ever wear off? I mean, this is a iconic show.
No, when Jackie came on set this morning, I was sitting for a rehearsal. I thought, I'm working with Jackie Zeman. I really thought that this morning because I used to watch the show, and now to know that we play mother and daughter, and we have this really great, honest, real relationship. It's so it never gets old. I mean, Luke Spencer's my uncle. I mean, come on.
I pronounce that they are husband and wife.
Luke and Laura are one of the most powerful couples in soap history, but fans love the villains too.
And after all this time, I'm one step ahead of you.
Valentine Cassadine, who is played by James Patrick Stewart, is becoming one of the most evil characters on daytime TV. You seem like a very chill guy, but you play kind of more of a bad guy on the show. How is that? Is it tough to get into character?
No, it's not tough. I mean, the bad guy situation is just basically, for me, a guy who feels he's gotten the short end of the stick a few too many times.
What fans may not know is James comes from a famous background.
Some people may remember Chad and Jeremy from the 60s. My father's Chad Stewart, who's one of the writers of a song called Summer Song, which went to #1 back in, I think, 66. And
remember how it goes?
Trees swaying in the summer breeze.
Showing off their silver leaves as we walked by. Soft kisses on a summer's day.
My earliest memories are hanging out with, his publicist was the publicist for the Beatles. So I remember George Harrison when he looked like It from the Muppet Show. It was a cool time to see the music scene in the 60s and early 70s.
Yeah. You still love talking about it.
Yeah, well, I'm proud of my dad, I'm proud of my family.
Why don't you go play?
James also has a soft spot for his TV daughter as well.
We spent a lot of time together, you know what I mean? And at first, when I'm away from my kids, and so this one sort of is the surrogate kid for a lot of us, She gets a lot of love from a lot of the parents on the floor.
Hey, Charlotte.
So you play Charlotte on the show?
Yeah.
But your name's Scarlett, and that gets confusing sometimes.
Really confusing. Sometimes I'm not even talking about General Hospital, and my mom calls me Charlotte. I'm like...
So your mom goofs it up sometimes. And do they goof it up on set?
Sometimes we're in the middle of a scene, and they call me Scarlett, and we have to start the whole thing over.
Oh, that's a bummer. Refined's General Hospital Week wraps up tomorrow on Refined, and we have saved the best for last.
And actors that auditioned that did not get cast were...
The Emmy Award-winning casting director dishes on who they passed on, and the names will shock you. Coming up on Refined, from great food to great music, there's only one place to be this weekend. Why the U District Street Fair needs to be on your to-do list next.
Welcome back to the show. I'm Gard Swanson. The U District isn't just home to the Huskies. This weekend, thousands of people will swarm the area for the longest-running street fair in the country. And thanks to our sponsors, the U District Street Fair, we're giving you a preview of the sweet stuff that they've got going on.
There's a lot to see, and there are really hidden treasures and gems.
The U District Street Fair is celebrating its 48th year. making it the longest-running festival of its kind in the entire nation. It's the brainchild of Andy Shiga, a Japanese-American merchant and longtime pacifist who was looking for something to unite the neighborhood.
The goal for the street fair was to bring together communities that seemed disparate. The hippies of the time of the early 1970s and merchants on the street. So business people versus street people. And we think in times, especially such as we're experiencing with the current administration, this is especially important to have a sense of community and togetherness.
For vendors like longtime hat maker Michael Leffler, the U District Street Fair is a tradition they look forward to every year.
So some would have a button on the top. I make maybe 20 styles of hats, and it varies throughout the year what kind of hat styles I'm making. I like tradition. Obviously, I come back, hope to be coming back for a good while. It's unique, relatively unique, and it's only happens one weekend out of the year, so come on out.
From hats and other arts and crafts to music by local bands like Woodland West, there's something for everyone.
Seattle is a very vibrant, wonderful city full of wonderful, vibrant people.
Yeah, there's tons of great bands playing, and the food is like probably the main reason I'm going.
Oh yes, the food.
There are 22 different cuisines of the world represented on this one strip.
Lois Coe is no stranger to fun flavors. She runs Sweet Alchemy Creamery and thanks the local farmers for some of her fresh ideas.
Yeah, I'll make berry ice cream. And I made it and it was amazing. It's the most delicious berry ice cream I've ever tasted.
And if you're looking for that unique something, you're sure to find it this weekend.
There is always something that you're going to find there that you're not going to find anywhere else. So I think that's the important factor. Come check out all the weird stuff, and believe me, there's weird stuff.
The University District Street Fair runs this Saturday and Sunday on the Ave. For more information about what you'll find there this year, check out our website, SeattleRefined.com. We'll be right back, but first, our Tech Tango App of the Week.
Apple just released a simple and fun video creation app named Clips. Clips allows you to make uniquely creative videos with just a few taps, then instantly share them on social media. Record live video or add videos from your library. Add live caption titles and music. There are a bunch of fun effects you can add to your video. Try turning your entire video into comic book style. Or drop in animated speech bubbles, add arrows, banners, and emojis directly into the video. Instantly share your creations with your friends and family. Clips is designed to be fun and simple for on-the-go creation. I'm Francie Black. For more great apps, visit techtangotoday.com.
Hey, welcome back to Seattle Refined. I'm Gard Swanson. When you think drums, a rock concert may come to mind, but it turns out drumming may be the key to success in the classroom.
Are you guys ready to rock?
Yeah! Give a kid some drumsticks, a giant exercise ball, and a fired-up instructor.
Yeah, you're rocking!
And you've got the ultimate upbeat and high-energy gym class.
Yeah!
But as fun as all this looks, there's actually some science behind it. In fact, there is more than just science. For administrators at Terra Linda Elementary School in West Jordan, Utah, this is 6 classes built into one.
Music, PE, dance, rhythm, math, science. It's all inclusive.
They call it Drumtastic. And the creator and brains behind it all,
you guys were great.
Carrie Eakins, who you would never guess is turning 60 this year.
Our goal really is the brain.
It all started many years ago when an injury led to a bone graft and a hip replacement that landed Carrie in a wheelchair. It was a devastating blow for this athletic and very active woman.
And I'm going to find a way to keep myself fit.
That's when she started drumming and felt new life. She's now traveled the world with her program to study the effects of drumming, and the research is showing it really does work, especially for kids who have attention deficit disorders. In elementary terms, kids become focused again.
They've had that outlet of energy, and they can come back and they perform academically better.
And there's nothing like banging on something to get refocused and back on track again.
But guys, you are so good that I need to let you go.
All right, that'll do it for today's show from the Pacific Science Center. We'll see you next time right here on Seattle Refined.